everyone, welcome back to Beyond Decadent Planning with Erin. Today we are going to be planning for the week of October 10th for my family's biweekly pay. I use a zero-based cash budgeting system where every single dollar that comes in has a purpose. In my monthly budget setup video, I do go through my process for allocating my bills to specific pays. Any money that's left over is then withdrawn in cash and allocated to a specific envelope for a specific purpose. That's what today's video is we are going to be going through and talking about each of my envelopes and what I am going to be using and putting into this category. These top bills right here are what I put into my wallet. So this stays with me all the time, and I usually spend it within the 2-week period with my family. There are things that I do have flexibility on, but I'm typically putting about the same amount each week. So first things first, I'm just going to put on here how much I have to spend, which is $1,510. For entertainment, we are going to be putting $25 in. Spending is going to be $50 for both my husband and I. Food is going to be $700, gas $200, and then household $25. And so, like I said, these are typically the same amounts every single month or every single pay. And so that's why I know all of the amounts here. So looking at that together, that's $1,050. So I'm going to go ahead and minus $1,050 right away. And that leaves me with $460 to spend in the rest of my categories. I do have some standard amounts that I put in some of these. So for example, I put $25 in beauty. I typically get my hair cut once every 2 months or 8 weeks, and so I want at least $100 in there so I can go get my hair cut, have enough for a tip. Sometimes there's a little bit left over in there, just depending. My hair keeps getting shorter and shorter, so I think sometimes she gives me a deal. And then medical and prescription or subscriptions each get $50, so I'm gonna minus out 100, and so that leaves me with $335. So really that is all the money I have to allocate. And so I do have some priorities. So if you saw my video for my monthly planning, I'll just pull that up. I also identify I don't know if you can see this, my goals. But my first goal is continue placing large amounts in my kid envelope. The reason for that, it is hockey season. So our teams were just formed. So we have large cash calls that we need to provide each of the teams. Plus, of course, they all have a million tournaments. I think one kid has a hockey tournament in November and one has one in December. So I also need to save for hotels. So that's my big one that I'm going to be putting money in into there. So looking at how much money I have, which is $335, I'm going to go ahead and put most of that. I'm going to put $300 in there, just because that I'm probably going to use that between the tournaments and cash calls, and it's still not enough for how much I have to shell out for all the activities. So yeah, so that leaves us with $35. And I think the other big purchase I need, winter is rapidly approaching and my youngest needs a new snowsuit. So we are going to put that $35 into clothing. We did use money in date night. So I think there's only like $30 in there. And our anniversary is coming up in December, but that's okay because I will start to allocate some additional money then. Birthdays and gifts is pretty large as it is. I don't have any birthdays coming up that I'm aware of. I do need to add some more to car maintenance and emergency. I think there's only a couple $100 in each, but again, my priority is kids right now, so we are going to leave those blank. And then same with seasonal savings and vacation. I'm okay with not putting any money in my yellow envelope this pay. This is definitely the priority. So I'm going to just go through and make sure that all of these amounts add up to 1510. $15.10. So we are balanced. The other part that I go into next is really just determining all my denominations so that when I go to the bank, I know exactly how many of each bill I need to withdraw. So for 25, I typically do the largest possible. So 50, 700. So my food, I do a little bit differently. So I'm going to do 4 100s. I will do 5 20s, and that leaves me with 500. So I will do 4 50s. Gas, I'm going to do 50s typically. I'm not sure what my husband does, but what I do is I do $50 each week for myself. So I'm not sure if my husband just does it all in one shot or he does the same as I do. Either way, I want 50s for myself, and even if my husband does it all in one shot, the 2 50s are fine. Household, a 20 and a 5, and then my husband will get a 50. Beauty will get a 20 and a 5. Clothes, and then kids, I'll just go ahead and do 3 100s, and then 2 50s. So adding up each of these categories, I need 1 2 3 4. Which is $20. I need 110, 5 6 7 8 9, and my math is not that great, so no, I lost track. 9 times 20, 180. Then 8 9 10 11 12. 600 and 7 for 700. Okay, so 700 plus 600 and 510. So I am completely balanced, which is phenomenal. Sometimes I don't always balance, so this is great. That is it for my planning video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And as always, comments are welcome. Thanks, everyone.